Inflation cooled for the third month in a row this April, giving Americans some temporary relief from rising prices. The government reported that overall consumer prices were up just over 2% compared to a year earlier, the smallest yearly increase in more than 4 years. Much of the slowdown came from falling food prices. Grocery costs dropped slightly in April, and egg prices saw a major decline, over 12% in just 1 month, the biggest drop in more than 40 years. That's good news for families, though eggs are still almost 50% more expensive than they were last year. Even with this improvement, many experts believe inflation may rise again in the coming months. That's because several of President Donald Trump's new tariffs only started taking effect in early April. Most of their impact on prices won't be seen until May, June, or July. Tariffs can take a couple of months to work their way through the supply chain before shoppers feel them. So far, the biggest tariffs include 25% taxes on steel, aluminum, and certain goods from Canada, Mexico, and China. Some businesses were able to stock up on goods before the tariffs hit, which helped delay price increases. But that cushion won't last. Signs of rising costs are already showing up. Prices for computers, toys, and baby products ticked up in April. These are categories that include many imports from China, where tariffs have driven up the cost of shipping and production. Normally, prices for electronics tend to fall over time, so even a small increase is a red flag. Major companies are already making moves. Mattel, the maker of Barbie dolls and Hot Wheels, says it will raise prices on some toys. Toolmaker Stanley Black Decker increased prices in April and plans to raise them again later this year. Procter Gamble, which sells brands like Tide detergent and Charmin toilet paper, expects to pass along higher costs to consumers by July. Although Trump recently reduced some of the harshest tariffs, cutting duties on Chinese goods from 145% down to 30% for 90 days, experts say the damage isn't fully avoided. Shipping costs from China are rising as companies rush to bring in goods before the temporary break ends. Many importers had paused orders during the highest tariffs and are now scrambling to restock. Trade groups warn that even the reduced tariffs will still drive up costs. For example, children's shoes from China now face tariffs close to 100% when new and older import taxes are combined. Economists say tariffs will likely add nearly 2% to overall prices this year and could cost the average U.S. household about $2,800. They also note that the current average tariff rate is now about 18%, 6 times higher than before Trump took office, and the highest it's been in about 90 years. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve, which sets interest rates to control inflation, has held off on further rate cuts. Inflation has cooled enough that the Fed might have considered lowering rates again, but ongoing trade tensions have created too much uncertainty. For now, the Fed is staying on the sidelines, waiting to see how tariffs and other policy changes will affect the economy. Bottom line: while prices are rising more slowly for now, most experts agree the worst may still be ahead. As tariffs work their way through the system, Americans could soon feel the pinch, especially when shopping for toys, clothes, electronics, and everyday essentials.